Hey guys, Tyrup here, bringing you some Company of Heroes Rona Cup action. This one thanks to AE, this tournament being run by him. And this particular match being from the round of 16. So these players have already battled through the first round. And here they are meeting. Playing for today's spawning in the north, we've got Tiramisu. Playing as Soviets, and in his loadout is Soviet Shock Army, Airborne Troops, and Guard Motor Coordination. He's off against them in the south. We have Orangepest playing as Strategic Reserves. Getting himself out some Assault Grenadiers. You may be unfamiliar with this map. This is one of the new ones being test run in this tournament. Amilly Fields, made by Wolf. So maybe you'll be a bit more familiar with it by the time this match is over. But yeah, I want to cover this match because these are two guys I run into ladder all the time. So like, oh yeah, maybe I'll have some insight into when I play them next. Always the selfish reasons, right? So Orangepest just nicking that conscript, getting the suppression in. And Assault Grenadiers sprinting in behind that, trying to keep the suppression on. We do have a couple conscripts waiting behind the shrubs there, with the machine gun pushing up behind. Tiramisu has to pull back there. Orangepest jumping onto the cutoff, getting that. So now the fuel over there is disconnected. Moves back slightly into a more safe position, harder to flank. Or maybe. Still vulnerable through this side, but he's got the Assault Grenadiers down there. Back the other way, Orangepest going for that aggressive maneuver himself. Has not connected his fuel yet. So actually a slight resource disadvantage. He's going for a slightly unusual build here. He's gone for one squad of Assault Grens, but he's still gone for tier 1. And now into a Grenadier following this up. Assault Grenadiers ripping through the conscripts here, but ultimately two more squads arrive and Orangepest is forced off. I have heard Orangepest talk about this build in the past, but I do question its effectiveness. Maybe it will scale better into the late game, but it does get you off to a pretty slow start compared to a usual Assault Grenadier start at least. Maybe pretty similar timings to a regular Grenadier build. But Assault Grenadiers do perform very well against conscripts in the early game. So maybe it's worth it. But yeah, some unusual capping there. Orangepest Pioneers capping on this point, but as you can see, that's disconnected from this cutoff. Didn't really get any resources from that. And so far, I would say that Tiramisu actually has had a slight resource edge over Orangepest, despite his aggressive plays. Got medics coming in for Tiramisu now. It is not quite in cover, and more conscripts flooding in. Assault Grenadiers coming in, and so is the machine gun. He's trying to reposition with these Grenadiers, but they're taking a lot of damage. Oh, he gets the suppression just on the edge of the arc again. Assault Grenadiers charging in, forcing the retreat. Now could switch over to the cutoff once more. Tiramisu trying to reposition. Grenadiers chasing down here, despite being outgunned. Tiramisu about to pop the flamethrower. That should give him a little bit more firepower for these engagements. Bring a couple squads across now. Machine gun advancing. Gets the suppression and conscripts forced away.
We are losing a sector.
He's just going to go out and do some capping on the far side. Could, you know, come over here and just like cap the fuel. There's an option for him having all these sectors connecting. In fact, Orangepest just straight up falls back away from the cutoff to try and deal with this squad on the far side. Yeah, it's an interesting cutoff layout. How it opens up fuel on either side of the map. The machine gun reveals itself, the crew model's firing. And it looks like a pretty good play there from Tiramisu. Avoiding too much damage from the assault grenadiers, setting up a 2v1 situation. And forcing the retreat there. Another combat engineer coming in for Tiramisu, which is somewhat unusual. Usually at this timing you'd maybe consider going for a squad of elite infantry. He's got guards, he's got shock troops available. But no, going to go for another squad of combat engineers, start as tech. Never a terrible idea to get another squad of combat engineers though for the sweepers, especially if you've gone for a flamer first. And now Tiramisu finally on the charge, forcing Orangepest back a little bit. Orangepest going to have a pretty fast 2-2-2 to counter this. Tiramisu underway with his tech over here. Tier 3 in progress. Could potentially see a quad, maybe, you know. He's around that resources in terms of fuel. Long way. Oh no, he's taking AT grenades instead. And he's not too far off in terms of munitions from the upgrade either. Which is a reasonable way to deal with the 2-2-2.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
Assault grenadiers charging in. Oh, even lobs some assault grenades, but already taking too much damage. This squad coming across to assist as well. Orangepest's assault grenadiers so far not performing super well. Let's branch out to the far side with his pyos though. Got the neutralize over there. Similar story though for Tiramisu on his side of the map, but grenadiers out there for the capture again.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
A very conservative play here. Could drive into the other side of the cover and really pump in a bit more damage. And he's out here in the open, but another squad of conscripts arrives in support. Now closing the distance. Sandbag's destroyed, but he's going to be able to complete the capture. So if you're getting reconnected there for Tiramisu, once he finishes capping, Orangepest also completing his capture. And this squad of conscripts branching out back into the middle of the map.
Supply sector under attack.
Now running away from the assault grenadiers. Interesting tactic to try and nullify them sprinting in. 2-2-2 already somewhat damaged. Tiramisu about 20 fuel away from the T70. But I feel like the 2-2-2 has been okay, but not back-breaking so far. Been very respectful of the threat of the anti-tank grenade. Bonus getting there, you know, 6 kills, nearly vet 1 now. And a pack coming in for Orangepest. He's also gone for a squad of Panzer Grenadiers. Sometimes it is a little bit risky trying to sneak in a squad of P-Greens with this kind of build. But on this occasion it seems to go fine for him. Conscript's very, very low, but 2-2-2 not really in a position to chase. It is losing on the far flank. Mine went down. I think Orangepest would have seen that, maybe attack ground on it. Yep, nicely done. Gets rid of that mine. Machine gun heading out to the far side to deal with the conscripts. Pyos jumping back onto the cutoff once again. And 2-2-2 trying to, you know, maybe come in from the side, but I think they're still in heavy cover there. Doesn't quite have the angle. And T70 about to hit. That will be a big turning point for Tiramisu. 2-2-2 still reasonably healthy though. I wonder if those retreating squads saw the pack there. Might be 1 or 2 heavy cover positions available there, but it seems like we're showing light cover. But defenders advantage, you know. Be cover for the person on their cutoff. Light cover for the person harassing it. Pack setting up. Doesn't quite have the angle. T-70 coming back around the corner and misses its first shot. That's unfortunate. Machine gun trying to hold the line here, but getting flanked. Pack missing. I think there might have been an attack round on the follow-up. And now T-70 diving in after the 222. Assault Grenadiers coming around the corner. So the P-Greens, but no snares there. Pack sets up, misses again. 222 coming across. But we got Grenadiers here now. Assault Grenadiers sprinting in. P-Greens forcing away the sweeper squad. Very even fight so far. Squad of guards joining in for Tiramisu, finally locking into commander guard mode coordination. Classic. And interesting. Nice sandbag positioning there. Denying the heavy cover largely to his opponent. Though there's this stack of bricks. That Orangepest can use as cover. T-70 coming in from the side here, but Pack in a position to return fire. Oh boy, but that T-70 got some nasty hits on. We just have to retreat. Couldn't go in for the Faust. Back here. Battle phase 2 about to complete for Orangepest. Bundle grenade in. Conscripts dodge out to the side, but they take a lot of damage. 222 focusing the other conscript though. Doesn't actually inflict that much bleed. After all of that. If possible, you know, focusing the retreating squad maybe would have been better on that occasion to try and actually drop those low health models. Guards taking down the MG from the front. Switches targeting though. Oh, in fact, that's a second MG for Orangepest now. 222 on the run from the conscripts, Uraying in. Do not get it off, and oh, Pack once again in a nice position for Orangepest. I mean, it's just been parked in a very similar area, but Tiramisu running into it again. And wow, he's deploying a heavy mortar team against Orangepest's team weapon strategy. I feel like mortars are poised for a wee bit of a comeback, at least in 1v1. Orangepest out here trying to reconnect his munitions. He's got a conscripts on the far side. Because there are quite a lot of, you know, like double pack strategies. A lot of heavy team weapon strategies. Let's see how it goes this game. Coming around the corner. Heavy mortar missing that first shot. That screen's retreating. 222 out on the far side. With a squad of LMG Grenadiers forcing the conscripts away. Very early retreat there, trying to avoid the model bleed on them. Misu trying to conserve that manpower. Start thinking about getting his tech down, I'm sure. T-70 on the far side, Pack somewhat nearby. Sits up. Oh, and he connects max range. And the conscript's still got a flank on the machine gun here. Another squad coming in, but another machine gun there. Good retargeting there from Orangepest, spreading the suppression around. Rifle nade in, forces that squad away, but both the machine guns are going to get pushed off here. Tiramisu coming in from too many angles. Guards taking a lot of damage there, low in health. Ooh. No, the machine guns did get forced off. Tiramisu doesn't have enough fighting strength as T-70 not there to assist out back for repairs, so he doesn't keep the push going.
The sector is at risk.
And ends up getting forced off. Maybe if he, you know, had the Superman upgrades, a little bit more firepower in his conscripts, he would have been able to hold that push momentum for a little bit longer, but fortunately not yet. A little bit strapped for manpower. Can't afford to tick up to tier 4 quite yet.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
T70 making use of the recon mode. Orangepest advancing with the pack. Heavy mortar bombing away. T70 on the far side. He can get 2 now. Only 1 kill on it. Now 2. But yeah, has not been super devastating. Orangepest with the nice pack positioning to counter it so far. It does seem like this map, you know, not too big to really cover things with an anti-tank gun. Seem to be able to handle a T70 with pack and a 222 pretty effectively. Especially if you play a slightly more tight game. It's just spreading out so much. T70 coming in, but pack already facing the correct direction. Gets 1 shot on. Now has to back away. So yeah, once again, oh boy, loses flamer there to the P-Grens. Too busy trying to micro his T70, I'm sure. Oh boy, and the Pyos throw out the satchel charge. That's one of the commander abilities. Breakthrough package. I guess Tiramisu didn't notice, so that's 2 units down in quick succession for him. 1 conscript, 1 combat engineer flamer. So he just took some considerable losses in that exchange. And now Orangepest building himself a Panzer IV J. Tiramisu does not have an answer. There's no pack, no resist rather, yet. And only just putting down his tech now. So a decent chunk of resources, about 10 fuel and 100 manpower away from his own tank. But with all these reinforcements required, might have to sacrifice something. P4 getting a good hit on. Oh, and he dropped a DP as well. MG Grenadiers coming in. Orangepest looking for the wipe here. T70 back the other way though. Trying to force away the Grenadiers. Oh, and he gets them just as he was about to disengage on the chase. Tiramisu picking up the DP there. Because you won't be able to get the 7-man upgrade on that squad. A little bit more firepower at the moment. And does deny it to the Grenadiers. I'm sure Grenadiers would like a second LMG. T70 on the run. Orangepest getting super aggressive now. Going for the jugular. But it doesn't find the T70. It's hiding away. Making use of the infantry awareness on the 222. Scouting things out. T-34-85 about to pop for Tiramisu. So we'll be able to fight back. But yeah, that's 3 losses in quick succession. Combat Engineer, Conscript, and Guards. Tiramisu just took a battering. Hard to come back from that. So far the mortar hasn't quite paid off. I feel like that may be a slight issue, especially if you're firing from super long range. These higher level games, opponent oftentimes, you know, has a good idea of where you're barraging and starts dodging before the shell even lands. So unless it's a late game situation or a slightly more static game, it can be hard to get value. There we go, decent connection, 1 Grenadier down, bit of health damage. T70 on the far side. Looks like he did pick up that second DP that dropped around here with the Grenadiers. In fact, they don't even have an LMG upgrade yet. Interesting. Before coming out to the side. Oh, he's going after... Oh, T70. T-34-85 making use of crew repairs here. He's got plenty of munitions. He's a little bit strapped for capping squad, so I can understand it. Approaching up to the far VP, trying to stem the bleed a little bit. Good control by Orangepest on the 222, not allowing get too close there and risk getting snared. And things are looking good for Orangepest, but you know, if his pack does get out of position, things can still crumble like a house of cards. Just see me coming back in, pack going from side to side. Tiramisu trying to reconnect on the cutoff. Okay, shot does connect with the T-34-85. Forcing the retreat, but P4 coming across. Conscript's low already. Have to get out of there. No capturing for them. And Orangepest now with the triple cap. Tiramisu under a lot of pressure. Goes for the Zis now. But yeah, he's in a bit of trouble. And now, wow, Shreks from Orangepest. A little bit more anti-tank firepower. This occasion I think it might be worthwhile letting them heal up to try and avoid a bit of bleed.
We are losing a sector.
He really wants them on the battlefield, okay.
Yes, comrade.
In the first moment of silence, really, throughout this entire match. Takes a big shot there. Shrek's coming out to the side. Got 7-man upgrade on these conscripts now. Heavy mortar team bombing away long range. And comes Panzer IV now. And it connects. Conscript soft retreating. And P4 is just chasing away the T-34-85. Oh, big shot from the heavy mortar team. He's lucky not to lose a model there. And T-34 coming back in. It's just sliding up. Does not get any shots. And T-70 on the far side. So this is good. Trying to split Orangepest's attention here. Orangepest kind of seen a pack out to the far side. Maybe not. Tiramisu hanging on that far VP. T-70 clearing out the machine gun over there. And comes to 85 again. Before got the first shot off. Pies spotting long range. Bouncing. And pack connecting with the T-70 twice, but still alive Vet 3. He's got combat engineers nearby for the repairs also. Grenadiers sprinting in here. Should be able to win that now, even though they're not Vet 3 yet. Oh, big heavy mortar shell there. Oh, but double Panzer IVs for Tiramisu, who's coming forwards. This not quite facing the correct direction. T-34 coming around the corner. Not. Okay. This connecting with the P4. Shrek's pushing aggressively, but the Maxim down the center doing some nice harass. There's some good suppression on there. Double P4 is going T-34 hunting, but Tiramisu playing very conservative with it. Repositioning the machine gun now to get some more suppression on. Orangepest disengages. Oh boy, did he manage to steal away a machine gun there. MG42 getting collected by Tiramisu on the far side. And double P4 is heading over there too late. It's gone. Orangepest with plenty of manpower though. Can easily afford to rebuild it, and that's exactly what he does. Another T-34-85 coming in for Tiramisu. So now all of a sudden we're in a much more even match. Thought there was a possibility of Orangepest trying to save for the Tiger Ace. I know that he's a big fan of the Spearhead ability. far. And still somewhat surprising, hasn't managed to upgrade the machine guns on his tank yet. A little bit strapped for munitions. Okay, 222 back in motion.
Our renovated HQ is ready, and heavy tanks are now
Labor
available.
forces coming forwards. But now I feel like, you know, things are starting to settle in, and this is maybe where the mortar can do its work. It looked like they were like digging a trench or something instead of planting a medkit there. Double T-34s, P4 in a bit of trouble. Pack is in the correct position though to prevent the chase. Just for an attack ground attempt as well. Yeah, now the forces, you know, looking pretty similar. Except Tiramisu has the mortar, so there's an edge in these team weapon. Oh boy! Oof, T-70. It's a risky one. Faust connecting. Oh, and he does get the kill. I didn't think he was in range for the Faust. Now P4 pulling back. T-34's considering revenge, but peel off. Okay, that was a nice pick-off there. Orangepest. T-70 was a major thorn in his side, and now he can afford to be a little bit more aggressive. This 222 on the flank, without having to worry about that. Ooh, a lot of bounces there. T-34-85. Nice attack ground, though, onto the pack. Almost decruise it. He's going to have to pull that back for some healing. On the far side, clearing out the conscripts. A few bounces both ways. Tiramisu feeling the pressure though. Up 200 VPs behind at this stage. Mortar forcing away the machine gun in the center. Another one in almost the identical position though. Also covering the center. Oh, big connection there. Get one for that P4. This guy's chasing in, hoping to get some Shreks on. Bobbing out the smoke. T-34-85 happy to trade while the Shreks have suppression. Unlikely to connect him. Triggers a mine there. He's almost went down. Could have even been worth chasing in. Maybe for like 1 or 2 extra main gun hit shots on this. Look for the white there. He's on in motion. Looks like he took a Faust there. So he brought his 85 across to assist. Getting blasted by this Panzer IV. There we go now.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Tiramisu trying to get the central VP under control with the machine gun, the 222, the Pyos in there blocking. Not successful. This is allowing Tiramisu some sight though. And the heavy mortar to do some work, and he's picking up a second Zis now to try and counter Orangepest's medium tanks. Orangepest still floating a lot of manpower, but he is somewhat close to his pop cap limit. Maybe he is trying to open the door for the tier 4. It's going to be the Panzerwerfer. Get his own indirect fire to deal with the team weapons from Tiramisu. T-34s coming forwards. 222 in a bit of trouble, but still needs 2 shots to go down. And the other T-34 not quite in range. 222's gonna slowly wheel itself out of there. Nice attack, ground attempt by Orangepest, just trying to maximize the damage. Almost got it, very close to the rear armor there. But Tiramisu's still on the drain. Slowly but surely falling further and further behind the VP count. And let's see what this Werfer can do. See if Tiramisu is on point with the dodges.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Pushing into the center here. Ooh, big heavy mortar shell landing. Gets neutralized, but I don't think he's going to be able to get the cap. Mortar team barraging the machine gun. The machine gun's also preventing Orangepest getting in there. Werfer dodging with the AT guns. Decent damage. But no kills. Oh boy, and the pack. The double P4s coming forwards. T-34 with its rear armor exposed and slightly good RNG there for Orangepest. But he was in the right place at the right time. And he gets the kill because of it. I'm not sure Tiramisu. Positioning there, not ideal. Smoke grenade again. Orangepest been making good use of that. Another one of the breakthrough equipment bonuses. Oh, coming forwards with the machine gun through the smoke does open them up. And now getting flanked by the 222. And he's going to lose the machine gun on the far side. Conscript's Uraying in to try and save the day. And 222 actually pulled all the way back there. 85 coming across, so could get the wipe here on the Peregrines. Double Zis barrage. Going after the machine gun. Peregrine's low. Looks like he's going to chase in for one more shot here. Oh, but it misses. Doesn't feel safe chasing in any further. Could be Talamines down. Could be a pack waiting around the corner. Understandable. So he pulls back. So his double AT gun's pulling back now, getting some reinforcements. Werfer in. He brought it in slightly closer range. Long range targeting into the fog. It looks like he's going after the heavy mortar team, but scatter is huge. Does not connect. Satchel this time dodged by Tiramisu. Allows Orangepest to lose the model that was in the capture circle and not end up getting the cap off. P4 coming around the corner. Tiramisu coming forwards with the sweeper, trying to look for those tellers. Doesn't see any. Close call. T-3485 on the far side. Second one coming across now as well. Wouldn't be... Okay, he's bringing his two AT guns across now. I was going to say, it wouldn't be wise for him to really be too aggressive without the Zis support here. One thing we haven't really been seeing from Tiramisu is flares to try and spot the location of Orangepest's team weapons. There's a big edge that the Soviet mortars can give you in terms of recon. Oh, P4 with its rear armor exposed, but T-34 chasing past, going for the pack it looks like, now switching targets again. Switching targets from target to target, takes a main gun crit. Oh, clumsy play with that first T-34 from Tiramisu. Orangepest pushing forwards with the Zis, does manage to decrew the pack. Oh, but a bounce. And a miss. Orangepest's tanks escaping. Werfer onto the double Zis. One of them gets decrewed. Good timing on that. 222 coming forwards, but goes down to the second Zis. T-34 coming back in, but Panzer IV rounding the corner. Machine gun goes down before blitzing forwards. He's got marked vehicle on that. Back setting up. Snare onto this one. But in comes the infantry now for Orangepest. Chasing away these units. And we have the machine guns. They didn't move up from Tiramisu to support this push. So nothing to stop this infantry flooding forwards for Orangepest. Oh boy, and he dances with death. The second trick missing, saving the day for that T-34. But man, that play over here, that first T-34, like what was he doing with it? He had the rear arm of that Panzer IV the whole time. He switched from target to target. That was slightly bad T-34 control, that first one from Tiramisu. And Orangepest maybe getting slightly lucky with the bounces with the misses, but he gave himself the opportunity for that luck to pay off. And there was a pretty good Werfer onto the AT guns for follow-up as well. Nice touch to finish things off there. So now Tiramisu very far behind, 71 VPs remaining. And these Panzer IVs accumulating more and more Vet. This one up to Vet 3 now. Okay, double Panzer IVs. Back on the prowl. Over into the center, maybe. Lura's out to safety. Orangepest did manage to regather his pack, by the way. So Tiramisu now with only one anti-tank gun. And he's going to go for another T-34-85. I'm a little bit curious as to why we haven't seen any Su-85 play, but I personally haven't played on this map, so I don't have any experience as to whether all these sight blockers and angles are no good for the Su-85 or not. But it is slightly curious. Orangepest with plenty in their bank. If he loses one of these Panzer IVs, might consider just going for the Tiger Ace next as an instant replacement. Try and finish off the game. And the double P4s. Big connection. Is this coming around the corner? They're chasing in here. Is this sitting up? Connects with the wrong Panzer IV though. T-34 chasing in, but Pack back here now for Orangepest. T-34 on the run. Faust about to connect, but Pack seems to have lost sight, I guess, from this. So he does make it around the corner and it will survive. He's got enough munitions to use the crew repairs as well. Other T-34 could have come in though from the side and tried to kill some of these, especially while he knew the location of the pack over here. Could have came forwards and got the kill on these, potentially gone in for a bit of a dive. Feels like he does kind of need to... Oh boy, he is using the crew repairs. Orangepest takes a gamble and he finds it, but he's got the repairs going. And it seems like the hull gun can still fire. In comes another T-34 from the side. And the pack gets decrewed all the way forwards here for Orangepest. Okay, that's the first major mistake from him so far this game. And he turns his pack over. Panzer IV coming across, but still only 3/4 health. And this one about to come off crew repairs. But there's this nearby as well. And it looks like Orangepest just going to go for the kill on that. And Tiramisu pulling back. Very, very passive from him. Now pushing in a little bit too late. I'm not sure what he was controlling at the same time. I guess the squad's in the center, but it seems like that was a lower priority. T-34 on the hunt. And that is indeed a Tiger Ace for Orangepest. Connecting on range there. T-34 wants to get the kill, but unable to chase down the Panzer IV. Oh man, I thought that was going to be a turning point for Tiramisu. Picking up the pack down there. to give him that extra bit of anti-tank boost, which he really needs right now. But he was really slow off the mark. Like this sat there facing the wrong direction for ages, didn't bring in support. Got the T-34 as well. Go for it into the VP. Oh, and he does get the D-crew. And that is the green light for Orangepest to get aggressive now. Looks like he's going to go in for the kill on the weapon. Yep, and maybe the follow-up on the tank. Tiger Ace maybe spotting the T-34. Cancels the crew repairs there. Both T-34s very low. Knows this any longer. Seems like Tiramisu's hopes are extinguished. For another T-34-85. And gonna pop the crew repairs back at base. It's gonna have one last roll of the dice. 23 VPs remaining though. Ooh. Go. Tigrace getting the kill there, and Tiramisu throws in the towel with that. Well played by Orangepest. Yeah, just some really solid play. Some good pack positioning during the T70 phase. I think one of the keys to this match. T70 barely like scratched him, honestly. That was very impressive. And just overall, some very solid play. Tiramisu though, yeah, shame not to see the flares on his mortars. A little bit slower than I would expect him moving his position, reacting to some of those tank pushes from Orangepest as well. But GG, we will roll on to Game 2. Game 2 of this series. Orangepest now playing as the Brits and straight away locking into Royal Artillery. Facing off against him in the South, Tiramisu playing as OKW, and his loadout is Elite Armor. Luftwaffe Ground Forces.
A new infantry section is ready for
and
battle.
Overwatch. Let's see. Let's see if the Brits are as strong as everybody says they are. Didn't see that from Tiramisu in first game. He went Soviets, of course. So not a super aggressive start here from Sternpires, just doing some capping. Going straight for the fuel this time. Tommy's capping out quickly. Sandbags down from Tiramisu. Looks like he's going for the centre now, but... Oh, excuse me, Tommy's going to be there to match him. Orangepest decides to disengage. Not sure he's coming forwards to the heavy cover, but Orangepest heavy cover just in range of this heavy cover. Interesting split. Tiramisu, I'm sure, considering putting down some sandbags there, but with the Tommies so close by, there's a bit of a risk. Another squad of Tommies coming in for Orangepest, but he decides to come around the corner. And with the two Volksgrenadiers speed building the sandbags, they go up uncontested. Orangepest coming around the corner, moving across to this heavy cover, but now outnumbered 2v1. And Sternpires coming around the corner as well. Here come the Tommies from the side though on this squad.
Infantry squad trained and ready
And
to go.
Tiramisu could now close the distance, would be a reasonable decision, and then he comes. Full on firepower, straight onto the cutoff once again.
A capture point is being overrun.
Tommy's coming in from the rear now. That has given Tiramisu some headaches. And this squad a little bit low on health.
Cut our supply line.
Sternpire's charging in. Another squad of Tommy's coming in as well. Does force away this squad. Tommy's this one jumping onto the cutoff. Does he have enough firepower remaining? Looks like Orangepest going to vault the fence, joining in. Sternpires gets super low. Jumps in onto the cutoff again, but Tommy's refusing to drop models. Only now as they tick under half health. And Orangepest ultimately with one extra squad here can end up regathering his cutoff. Tiramisu sending his other squad out to do some capping instead, so he ends up getting pushed off here, outnumbered in the end. And now Orangepest getting some sandbags down on Tiramisu's cutoff. Tiramisu maybe complaining about the model drops on Tommy's. There, it looks like it wasn't quite in heavy cover, goes down very quickly. And here we go, 5-man upgrade now for Orangepest, charging forwards. Here come the Sturmpires though. Tiramisu should be able to win, just outnumbering. Focusing down the Sturmpires early, but yeah, very early retreat there from Orangepest. Tiramisu regathering the cutoff. Now I'm sure going to return the favour. Go for Orangepest's cutoff in response. Tiramisu with his truck out instead of med crates down. What's going to be the option here? Orangepest a little late to start his med kit upgrade on his Tommies, if that's what he's going for. I'm assuming that is, and now he starts it on this one. Be a little bit late on that.
You can now build AEC armored cars.
Okay, this squad that was retreating, I was upgrading them on the retreat path. Okay, didn't see that.
We're losing a capture point. Supply line's been cut.
And he's charging in here.
Section is waiting for orders.
Empire is also closing the distance, but 5-man firepower giving the Volksgrenadiers some headaches about the STGs. Cluster grenade misses, slightly late retreat there, and a full retreat now. Orangepest bringing a large number of squads in to clear out that cutoff play, but do you have a squad on the far side? Oh, getting back underway after that bug splat. What I was going to say is, I think in the past, this charge onto the cutoff by Orangepest would have been much less successful. You know, there were two, relatively small changes to Tommy's. The received accuracy out of cover got changed by 0.05. So charging in like that, they do take a little bit less damage, and also charging in like that, they do more damage because their on the move accuracy is now similar to Grenadiers. So that kind of big charge forwards with the blob is now more successful than it would have been in the past. Puma first, going to be the option for Tiramisu here. And a sniper going to be the option for Orangepest. Has ticked AC just in case he needs to get it out in response to her looks potentially, but not going to be the case. Puma can be decent against the sniper with the aim shot. Not guaranteed to get the kill on it like it used to be able to, but still can. He's got to get to Vet 1 to have access to that first. STG's charging in here around the corner. And a very early retreat there from Orangepest. Now moving on to the cutoff. Tommy's setting up already though. It looks like he might have an angle here where they're not quite behind heavy cover. Sturmpire's charging in comes a sniper though. Sturmpire's down 1 man already. Puma on the far side. Doesn't quite get snared. Orangepest chasing down now. Does end up forcing that squad away, but took 2 Sturmpire model losses. Tiramisu in control of the cars. Orangepest briefly, I think, was revealed. Sniper going to open up on the Puma though. Does do a little bit of damage to it. There we go, connecting again. I think it's 40 damage a hit, maybe. Oh, pulling all the way back. I guess he wants to repair it up. Stempire's back at base. And this is a nightmare to deal with as OKW. Very, very annoying to play against the British sniper. And this commander loadout does have access to Jaeger Light, which can be a decent option. You can leave them in cover, wait for the sniper to come in and try and ambush, but it can be hard to execute that, especially when you're fighting from behind. And so far it seems to be like on this map a lot of dives onto the cutoffs either way. Like players will play through the center of the map, especially in the early game, and just dive onto each other's cutoffs. Back and forth, back and forth. And Orangepest is going to go for an AC. I thought he had a chance of winning there with the STG upgrade. And we're coming through the center, going for some pushes. Getting in close to maximize the damage from the machine gun. And we got some concentration barrage action coming in. Airburst shells landing. Machine gun coming in now for Tiramisu. Puma coming forwards, looking for some damage onto the sniper, forces the retreat. Stempire's coming around the corner. Orangepest changes focus in now coming in for a push. But Stempire's already very low. Firepower from the 5-man Tommies is quite scary. Machine gun coming up now. And in comes the AEC. Connecting. Wow, long range connection. Machine gun opening up. And getting some suppression on one of the Tommies, but this is, you know, what seems to happen, I've talked about forever. Tommies just never seem to drop models. Allows them to play a very manpower efficient game. Spreading the damage amongst all the models somehow. This is a tightrope conspiracy. I've seen it for years. Ooh, big shot from the AC. That looked like a accuracy shot connection. Gets the neutralize. Sniper coming in. And now a Raketin in response to the AEC. Or Tiramisu, but Tiramisu bleeding like crazy. Look at the KD difference here. Sniper just adding to his woes. And he has to keep pushing. He has to keep pushing. Has to close the distance. These Tommies so strong long range. And here he comes for a big push. Sniper takes a tickling. Has to retreat. But you can see the 5-man Tommies trading very effectively with the STG folks on the sides. We're in here doing some good damage with the machine gun and the MG34 working effectively. Senior grenade there, dodged forwards by Orangepest. And though Tiramisu does get some nice territory under control here, it does cost him a tremendous amount of manpower now. Orangepest on the charge. He's picked up a Valentine and try bolster his mid-game here with the double light vehicles. Sort of trying to branch out into an AT gun. Well, we do have an AT gun here for Tiramisu. Puma misses an attack ground shot there. And a concentration barrage into the center. Force away the machine gun. But I think the key here is for Tiramisu to, have his machine gun in the right position to get suppression on these, but not get it sniped. Right, sniper, easier said than done, I'm sure. The light vehicles on the charge. And the connecting, Raketin changing direction. Still not on prioritized vehicles with that though. Stempire's dive onto the munitions cut off there. Get the job done, but once again a lot of bleed. And sniper now coming through the middle.
A capture point is being overrun.
Raketin firing at some infantry. Takes a decent tickle. Half health now. Valentine coming in from the side. Rakitten doesn't quite get a shot on. Repositioning now. Attack ground attempts from Orangepest. Good suppression though, forcing away the Tommies. And Puma now going for some attack grounds in response. Truck coming forwards for Tiramisu. He's going to try lock down his cutoff with a forward flak base, it looks like. So he's really just concentrating his forces around the center to try and get that up safely. Oh, Fox in a little bit of trouble. Orangepest goes for an attack round, connects, almost gets the kill. Very nicely done. Well, I don't know how this machine gun is shooting through here, but somehow it is and gets the pin. Orangepest charging forwards. We have STG Fox over here though. Sniper still out back, hasn't brought it forwards. And he does store the cutoff. Valentine coming forwards aggressively, chasing away the Puma. And grenade now coming in. Does heavy damage. Fox is in trouble. It's a good hit in. Puma bouncing. Valentine looking for the kill. Does not get it. And now the Rakitten in there. Forces back the Valentine. But Tiramisu did not manage to put down his tech. So he is getting forced back here. And he's having to spend all his manpower instead on reinforcing. Take a look at the KD. Nearly 2-1 now for Orangepest. This is a horrible feeling as OKW. You know, even with the STG upgrades, the 5-man Tommy still trades so effectively against you. And then you have a sniper you have to just constantly be pushing forwards with. Puma going in there. No aim shot though, just regular attack. Oops, I think that was an accidental vault onto the wrong side of the cover there. Pushing forwards again. Machine gun behind all this. Kitten also back there. And truck coming out again for Tiramisu. Now has enough resources to put it down once again. Attack grounds through the trees here for Orangepest. Units coming in from multiple angles. Machine gun slightly out of range here though. It would be really nice if he could come forwards. Concussive grenade forces the retreat. Boomer and AEC trading blows. Kid missing. Almost getting the kill there. Orangepest branching out to the side, but machine gun covering this effectively. Nice play here from Tiramisu. This time he seems to be getting the job done. And advancing with the Rakitten to cover the center. Well played. VP's very, very close so far, but the KD just so far in Orangepest's favour. Tiramisu going for a Schwer to cover the fuel, cover the VP. Interesting positioning on that, not covering the cutoff. And 3 STG Fox forcing the retreat. Sniper picking some shots though as they advance. Retreats with these two, the other one sticking around on the cutoff to get the neutralize. Oh, he's brought forward the machine gun in fact to get the suppression on. Sniper though still strong enough to force the retreat, and Rakitten coming forwards. And so is the Puma aim shot. Ooh, nearly got the sniper, but in return he took a critical shot from the sniper. Engine damage now on the Puma. Valentine coming forwards. Not full health on the Valentine, but no STG squads nearby for the snare. No STG Volks for the snare. Concussive grenades missing the engineers there. Puma still on the retreat, and this tech structure probably going to save the day for the Puma. He's coming back onto the battlefield, low health. Hasn't had time to get the med crates. Oh, and comes a Valentine, not full health. Vulnerable to the snare, right in front of the Rakitten also. This could be the end of the Valentine. He gets the kill. That's the first major mistake I think we've seen from Orangepest so far this series. Valentine down. Moment of silence while Orangepest's troops return to the battlefield. Didn't fully reinforce the squad though. Tiramisu does have his tech down. Very close to a Panzer IV if that's going to be his option. Orangepest going for an AT gun, also has his tech down. But still a decent chunk of fuel away from his first medium, having gone for the double light vehicles, the AC and the Valentine. Does slow his progress towards the medium tank. You can see the KD has stayed around 30. Tiramisu seems to be trading quite well over the last couple of engagements. Machine gun coming through the center, sniper picking shots as it soft retreats. We're looking for an angle here, but now I've got an AT gun, making things a little bit trickier. Tiramisu, opportunities charging forwards. Sniper has to retreat, so does the AT gun. And jump onto the cutoff. Puma coming around. So it is the AEC, but AEC not full health here. A little bit risky. Opportunity is on the wrong side of the heavy cover here. Did quite a lot of damage. Machine gun getting the suppression in now. Puma coming back around the corner. So is the Raketten. But these guys managing to sneak through a gap there. And machine gun going to have to retreat because of that Puma coming around the corner. I'm not sure what he was doing with that Puma during that entire time. But it was not in the right position. Now he's going to lose control of his cutoff. But Panzer IV coming in. Could have started this a while ago though. Best happy with the decap. Gets it, pulls back, waits for the sniper to arrive before re-engaging. The T-gun coming forwards again as well. Oh, Puma takes down the sandbags. A T-gun missing a shot in response. Might have been an attack ground through the building. Looks like it is. Ooh, very well done. Connecting there. Sternpie is also getting herded away by the sniper. Nearly 20 kills on that now. Tiramisu charging forwards. Puma connecting with the AC but has to pull back. Orangepest does not quite get in range for the snare. Opportunity is, oh boy, sniper in trouble. Oh, and he does get it. Loses a squad unfortunately in response though to the grenade from Orangepest. But that was a big deal picking off that sniper. That was causing him so many headaches. He finally gets the kill. Orangepest instantly rebuilding it though, and now getting himself a Cromwell. P4 coming through. Tiramisu doesn't have the mechanics yet. So no repairs on the Puma. Let's see what the P4 can do. Machine gun upgrading. AC attack ground. We're getting attack ground in response. And they dive onto the munitions cutoff here, but P4 heading across that direction now. The T-gun in the center at the moment.
Cromwell gun tank ready for action. Marksman trained and awaiting a target.
And another tech truck from Tiramisu. Looks like he's going to try put down his battle group. Sick of paying munitions for healing. This is a reasonable time to get it down. It is a little bit understaffed now after losing that Fox Grenadier squad though. The sniper Right back in action. Puma coming forwards, looking for the aim shot, but the AT gun is there. Puma has to pull back.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
Cromwell on the far side. Sternpire's going forwards.
Supply line's been cut.
Oh, and Orangepest not paying attention. Takes a lot of damage to them. Puma coming around the corner to assist. A few shots on. A T-gun facing up. P4 on the far side. Sternpire's outnumbered on the edge. Getting pushed away. Raketen coming across now. Maybe in support of the Puma. Now thinking twice. Changing directions again. Before connecting for some decent damage. A T-gun missing. Tiramisu with some pretty good map control now, and the VP scenario has been evening up. Sniper through the center. Ooh, nice shot there. And hiding behind the building. A T-gun unable to attack ground through, but the Cromwell does. Bouncing, however. Return fire. Missing. Orangepest is long gone. Okay, AEC and Puma on the far side. AC lands. Sniper coming through. Oh, this is risky, kind of going for the cap here. The sniper. P4 nearby. But there are a few craters for the sniper to camouflage itself through. Puma and now with the repairs on the mechanized HQ. P4 missing. More pulling back. Sandbags destroyed. An AT gun getting a shot on there, bouncing. P4 running pretty good so far on the bounces. Getting forced away through the center by the sniper. Sniper causing so many issues for Tiramisu. And Puma coming around the corner. Sees the AEC connecting. Trading blows. The T-gun not quite in position for this. Whoa, critical shot. And results in engine damage. And he gets the kill. Nicely done. AEC down, sniper forced away. Cromwell coming in from the side. P4 one shot from death. Oh, attack ground, scatter shot. Wow. Nearly caught him. Cromwell chasing in. But the P4 pulls back in time. I don't even know that Puma aim shot could do that to a AEC. I guess that's what happens to light vehicles from the aim shot. Aim shot is a weird critical, does different things to all different types of vehicles. Better look it up for the starter series on criticals, but I now forgot what all those different modes are. I know that it can stun things like turreted vehicles. I mean, turretless vehicles rather. Assault guns. Ooh, and that's a mortar pit down from Orangepest. Interesting option. It's a really good connection on the Sternpires, almost knocking out some models there. Interesting, Orangepest continuing to spend munitions on the concentration barrage, not going for the Brens. So it is kind of leaving the Volksgrenadiers competitive against the Tommies. I feel like if he had the Brens, they would just be getting ripped apart. But it does mean that you know, they are still a little bit better on the move. Maybe that's what he's going for. Let the sniper do the long range shooting. Before coming forwards. Sniper camouflage though, not revealed. And is going to be Overwatch for Tiramisu. Does give him the option of the sector assault, which can make a big difference in those big all-in pushes. This is their off map. Before getting the first shot in, connecting. Now Cromwell returning fire. Mine going off. Getting triggered accidentally there. Everybody pulling back. Mortar pit shelling away. Infantry support gun from Tiramisu. Getting barraged out, repositioning. Puma, oh, who was looking for it. Briefly popped the aim shot, but had to cancel it on the sniper. Now back around the corner. Now a smoke barrage from Orangepest to help him cap in the center. In response to that, infantry support gun connecting. A lot of health damage to the sections, but they're still alive. Doesn't drop any models, and he pulls back, soft retreating just for the healing, and now putting some sandbags down to overlook the VP. Mortar pit now going after the infantry support gun. Attack grounds through the smoke from Tiramisu, but already dodged away, and now we've got the Firefly from Orangepest. Connects with the P4 AT gun there. P4 in a bit of trouble, blitzing away to safety. Cromwell coming in from the side, but P4 already left the scene. Getting through the center. I need to retreat. No, oh boy. Oh, that's a big grenade. Machine gun setting up. Raketen decrewed. Big mistake there from Tiramisu. Orangepest trying to go for the kill on it with the Firefly, but he's there. He manages to regather it. Lost the veterancy, however, which is the shame. Orangepest another smoke into the center. He's also got the flares up, spotting. Empire is able to win the engagement, but sniper on the other side. Tiramisu may have to consider going for the smoke now to help him cap in the center.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Now AT gun making use of rapid maneuvers, getting out of the way of the infantry support gun fire. Tiramisu with a lot of fuel, all three of the tech structures down. Is he trying to go for the King Tiger? This is a pretty viable option.
The new engineer section is waiting for orders.
King Tiger combined with the sector assault, big push, knock out the mortar pit. Could be very, very strong. Panther also a decent option. And yeah, he has been saving his munitions, very close to that sector assault now. But I imagine he is going to try save it to either if he's in like a bad situation or until his next tank arrives for a big push. Yeah, I do think Tiramisu should probably be making use of smoke himself to assist with these center caps. Deny the sniper taking those easy shots on him. Already up to 10 kills after rebuilding it. Because, you know, he does have an edge close range with the STGs against the 5-man sections. So forcing Orangepest to charge through the smoke, not going to work out too well for Orangepest. P4 nearby, sniper got to be careful. Luckily there are a lot of craters for it to hide on. Nice attack ground through the trees. 2 times there from Orangepest, second one bouncing. And mortar pit shelling these team weapons through the center, causing Tiramisu some headaches. Oh, these guys very clumped up here, trying to hide. Puma coming in, maybe hoping for some long range shots. There we go, connecting. Well, returns fire, misses. Puma coming back in, aim shot now. Not quite in range, and Orangepest smoking out. Nicely done. Yeah, I do think Tiramisu, some smoke through the center could really assist against the sniper. I remember one game from Love Nest. It was on Fayetteville. He was playing his US forces, and it was just like a constant smoke through the center to deny the Aussies sniper. A very interesting tactic. And coming in, hoping to get the aim shot off. But does not. Water pit. Nearly clears out the machine gun. Lucky break, and in comes the big boy. It is the King Tiger upgrading with the machine gun. There's a little bit low on munitions now, so no sector assault. P4 coming in from the side. AT gun getting herded away. But King Tiger getting some nice hits and 3 kills already on the sections. Ooh, that was a big hit. They clumped up as they went around the building. 7 kills now. King Tiger getting off to a roaring start. Orangepest is a little bit strapped for manpower right now. Does have close to enough resources for another tank. I think he ticked, yeah, hammer was the option. So the extra bit of tech cutting into his manpower. Sniper there spotting for the Firefly long range. Already up to Vet 1 on that. Nearly Vet 2 even, wow. Didn't think it did that much damage. Lines going down from Orangepest on the far side. Goes for a Faust, but not enough damage for the snare. Puma going for some cheeky shots. Then pulling back Vet 4 on that bad boy now. Ooh, King Tiger connecting long range. Rapid maneuvers activated from Orangepest, but it's not enough. AT gun down, and King Tiger 2 shots in a row. This thing with mega accuracy. Made onto the machine gun, but not enough to decrew it. And that is really big for Tiramisu, taking out the AT gun like that. Oh, Cromwell all speeding forwards. Puma making use of the aim shot. Turret jam. Firefly coming in from the side, but Puma fast enough to pull back. Ooh, the turret jam doesn't quite work. King Tiger coming forwards looking for kill on the Cromwell. Doesn't quite find it. Doesn't quite see it. Cromwell fast enough to evade. Firefly blasting away long range here, thanks to the hammer tracking. Spotting through the fog of war. P4 coming forwards though, blitzing, going after the Firefly. Firefly low. No units nearby for the snare. Both the engineers back here. And the Firefly goes down. Cromwell coming in from the side, but the King Tiger push forwards and the Cromwell goes down too. Now he's going for the mortar pit. He's brought up the Raketin in support. Nicely done here by Tiramisu. And Orangepest throws in the towel. Well, that was a pretty entertaining game. Orangepest getting off to a really strong start. He was like 30 or so ahead in the KD and still going to be end up 50 ahead in the KD at the end of the match. But Tiramisu with some nice armor play. Just catching Orangepest exposed, especially during those last few moments. Getting the job done. Very well played by him. Orangepest, with both his engineers on the far side, no units nearby for snares, allowing this kind of play from Tiramisu. Also no mines down through the center. Ultimately ends up costing Orangepest the match here potentially. And also, I'm a little bit unsure as to whether constantly spamming the concentration barrage was the better option instead of getting Brens on all his sections, but we'll see that developing later in the meta. GG, 1-1 in the series.